Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with a Hunter deck. We had a pretty nice win in game number 1 against, I don't even remember who it was, a mage? Yeah, it was a mage, I think. And then we lost a hard-fought battle to a shaman. So this deck is average. I'd be pretty happy to make it to 5, especially now that 5 wins can get you over 100 gold, which is spect-frickin-tacular. If it's always like that, if like 100 gold is the floor for 5 wins, I'm gonna be thrilled, because I get to 5 wins a lot. And only playing 1 arena a day, that's just about as good as being infinite. Okay, some people I know would keep a multi-shot here, but the problem is, while it is great if he gets off to a fast start and multi-shot like perfectly kills his 2 creatures, if he plays more than 2 creatures or one of them has 4 health, it's just awful, and I wish I had drawn my own creature. So this needs to all go, and I need to get some cards I can actually play. Yeah, oh man, this is awful. Okay, well, balls. Ah, there we go. That's good to see. So I can kill one thing, maybe, and then this is coming on turn 3. Ah, yeah, it's a bit slow. Don't really want to start off slow when you're a hunter. But, especially against a druid, because druid's hero ability heals him for 1. So it doesn't negate, but it slows significantly the value of your steady shots. Okay, he's got a slow start too. That's good. So yeah, he played nothing on his first 2 turns, and he's got the coin, so that's cool. That's very, very nice. Let's see what we get for our animal companion. I'd like to have the 4/4 bear, probably. And I got it. Alright, that's about as good as it gets, because druids have a little bit of a tough time dealing 4 damage this early in the game. It's actually quite possible this will be good for 2 cards. Like, he'll need to use 2 cards to kill it. And this is why Animal Companion is so good. All of them are fine, but sometimes you get a really, really good one. It's not like some cards like, you know, Mad Bomber, which is like sometimes awesome, sometimes terrible. It's like, this is like always pretty good, and then sometimes it's really good. Okay, so he just used 2 cards to kill my guy straight up. I'm fine with that. And I'm actually going to play the Silvermoon Guardian. Now, you might be wondering, well, Boris, why are you not playing your Gnomish Inventor to draw a card? The reason is this guy inhibits my opponent's plays. It's possible that he's, you know, got stuff that he wants to do, but it's got 3 health, so he can't play it. And if he plays something, like, really impressive, like a Chillwind Yeti, no problem. I'll just deadly shot it. So, this is, it's nice because it screws a lot of things up. Now, there are cards that are very good here. For example, if he plays a Dragonling Mechanic, which is a 2/4 and a 2/1. That actually would be really difficult for me to deal with. There's no particularly great way that I could handle it. That would be like the best card I could think of him having for him. I'd love for him to like coin out a Fen Creeper or something huge so I could just deadly shot it, steady shot him, and then start swinging for 3 damage, putting some damage on the field.
What to do?
I've got 2 deadly shots in this deck, so I can use 1 early on, and then later on, if he plays an Ironbark Protector or whatever, I might get my other one. Is he going to hit my creature? He is. So that might mean he has another Wrath to kill my creature. He does not, though. He just popped off the Divine Shield. Okay. Well, now is when I'll go ahead and get a card.
Remember, kill for lust.
Remember, kill for lust. Alright, so here I'd say that I won the opening. But he does of course, have 8 cards because he's played like almost nothing. Even after 2-for-1ing my bear. He still has a lot of cards because he's done nothing else. So Claw plus Hero Ability will take out my Silvermoon Guardian. I'm fine with that, really. So this Deadly Shot might be good for something really big later. Ah, here finally comes the coin.
My eyes
Farseer.
are open.
Okay, I'm alright with that. That is fine by me. So I'm obviously not going to use Deadly Shot on it. I wish I had some kind of a buff so I could just kill it straight away. I don't, though, so we'll have to content ourselves with doing Stormwind Knight.
For honor.
Swing, swing, and I'll lay an Explosive Trap rather than steady shotting him. The Explosive Trap is just about as good as a steady shot. It will deal 2 damage to the opponent, but hopefully the damage will be relevant to his creatures as well at some point in the future. Right, so he's been shapeshifting a lot. I'm amazed how little damage I've done to him, given that all he's done is kill my stuff. I guess he has had a lot of spells to kill my creatures with.
I must safeguard.
Oh my god, that's actually really irritating because it I don't want to use Deadly Shot on it. I I really don't want to use Deadly Shot on it. I'll play Sylvanas. It's a bit risky to do this. Because if he Starfires it, I will steal something really lame. The thing is, though, it's still stealing something. So, I am willing to put it out there. What you really don't want to do is put a Sylvanas on the board when it's empty. Because then if your opponent kills it, it's just a 5/5 for 5 that, you know, your opponent didn't suffer for at all. Alright, he's going to test for traps, see if it's a freezing trap. If it were, he could replay this guy and silence. Unfortunately for him, it's not freezing trap. It is explosive trap. So I got to deal some damage. Let's see what he's got with 6 cards and 7 mana. I am a little bit lacking for stuff. Like, if he were to play an Ironbark Protector, I could Arcane Shot this, Deadly Shot the Ironbark. Well, that would be next turn anyway. But after that, I mean, this stuff is a bit unimpressive. I need to get my High Mane or my Ogre or something like that here to get some good plays. Well, Gladiator Longbow is rather perfect, so that was a good top deck. We'll kill off his 6-drop, and I'm going to use Arcane Shot just to get rid of this thing. I mean, that's what Arcane Shot is for. I'm not going to hold on to try to burn my opponent out. Let's get the creature off the table. So he's got 6 cards to my 6. About to draw my 7th. I have a life advantage and a creature on the board, but the problem is the board's empty and Sylvanas is out here. So if he has a Starfire, he can kill it and draw a card. He seems not to have had Starfire, which is nice.
I must safeguard the
Here's another one of those guys. Alright, you do that. You do that. Okay, I will use my longbow to kill this thing, that's fine. And I'm actually going to start putting damage on him. So we'll lay an explosive trap, make a golem, make a Silver Moon Guardian. So we've got a really good board here, just power and toughness wise, and a trap back here. So now there is a risk to what I did. Because I left these creatures alive, if he plays an Ironbark right here, Deadly Shot won't be very good. Ah, that is actually something I don't mind seeing at all. That really, I couldn't care less. So he's going to get some trees, whatever. Okay, that was not a good move. He really should have attacked my stuff, because again, the risk of Explosive Trap meant that if he attacked, that was just so bad. Yeah, so these guys have Summoning Sickness, so they're not attacking right now. He's only got 5 mana left and 4 cards. Again, you might think I'm cheating and saying that that was a mistake just because I knew that I had the Explosive Trap. But I mean, the risk of it should have made him choose a different course of action. Okay, Mark of the Wild is kind of annoying here because it stops me from getting damage on him. And I don't have any efficient way to get rid of this. If I could use Deadly Shot, I would, but the Deadly Shot might hit this Treant. So let's draw a card first. Always draw cards first. Savannah High Mane, that seems really good. We'll just play that. Okay, I'll use. I'm like wasting damage either way. So let none survive. I'm gonna take the moment to kill that Treant, and I'm gonna swing there. So we got a lot of power on the board, plus Steady Shot, and if he plays an Ironbark, I can Deadly Shot it. Okay, there we go, living the dream. Unless he has a 2-drop behind it to protect from Deadly Shot. No, he doesn't. Oh, it's over, baby. In fact, do I even need Deadly Shot? I might not even need it. I mean, with the damaged Golem and the High Mane, I deal 8 damage. Then this is 5, 8, 10, 12. I don't even need the Deadly Shot. I could have done my arithmetic wrong, but I'm pretty sure that that's correct.
Let none survive.
That was a good game against Velgarder the Druid. Nice confidence boost after that sad, sad loss to the Shaman in the first part of this run. God, I noticed this is like my style maybe. This is the emergent Papa Boris style. I really like playing with lots of cards that you can drop onto an empty board. My friend Dan is an awesome person. He says the funniest things. So yeah, I just like playing cards that you can drop onto an empty board, and maybe that's why I don't like Shamans, and maybe that's even why I don't like Mages that much. A lot of their strength is in their spells, but you know, to play spells, your opponent needs to have creatures. There are some spells, of course, that you just know are always going to be good, like, you know, Flame Strike and Blizzard. But a lot of times, it's situational, and I just get so tired of having dead spells in my hand. I just want to play creatures onto the board, and if I lose, then I lose, but if I win, it just feels so satisfying. Leoric! Oh man, that reminds me of Diablo. King Leoric. Alright, I'm first. If only I could be second against a rogue, that would be nice. Well, in any case, we're going to hope she doesn't have a Defias Ringleader on turn 1. And then the Monty Berserker will be my turn 2 play, and then probably the Harvest Golem after that. Crazed Alchemist is nifty with the Harvest Golem because basically, a lot of times you're running the Harvest Golem into something and it dies, so you might as well give it some extra power that can make a little bit of a difference. By contrast, you'd almost never want to use Crazy Alchemist on the Monty Berserker because that just makes it even more fragile and harder to enrage.
The pleasure is mine.
Pass the turn.
Greetings,
Pass the turn. Pass the turn. Oh my god, she passed the turn! Oh my god. Well, alright folks, I'm not allowed to whine. I'm not allowed to whine for like the next, 3 seconds. Rogue passing the turn on turn 1 with the coin is just amazing. Alright, what she got for me? Eviscerate? No, a Harvest Golem. Okay. Well, that's interesting. So I could Alchemist on my Berserker and trade, but that's no good. That's really no good at all. I could Alchemist on the Golem and still trade, so that's no good. I could hit it, become enraged, and then Alchemist the Golem? That's really pointless. Okay, I guess we're just gonna play the Death Rattle here. My own Golem. And I'll swing for 2, I guess. Yeah, Harvest Golem was a pretty good answer to the Monty Berserker, that's for sure. Fan of Knives gets the job done. Although, that's actually not too bad. I don't really mind that at all. That's fine. So yeah, we'll go ahead and just play this guy. I'll keep my Golem here. It's damaged, so it can't be backstabbed. In general, this board is somewhat safe against rogue removal because neither of them can be backstabbed, and this thing recharges. So yeah, this is looking all right. I mean, I have a little bit of chumpy stuff here, which I'm not a big fan of, but it's okay. Demolisher, lame. Okay, well we have some thinking to do. I could play the Dark Scale Healer, of course, heal up my dudes, run them both into the Demolisher, and kill it off that way. It's one option. It also puts a really big body on the board, so I'm very tempted by that. Another option, though, is I could Crazed Alchemist on the Demolisher, then run my Golem into it to kill it that way. Then I can use the Stormwind Knight to kill the Leper Gnome. Now the advantage of this move is that it kills this board, whereas the Dark Scale Healer leaves the Leper Gnome alive. However, the Crazed Alchemist does allow me then to play a Wild Pyromancer. So I'd have 2 creatures at 1 health, and then this at 2, and this at 2. It's actually sort of safe against rogues, barring like Blade Flurry, which you would need to still make the dagger for. Yeah, I like the idea of putting more on the board, so we'll do it that way instead. I'm gonna Crazed Alchemist, switch that around, cash out my Golem, do this, and play the Wild Pyromancer. There's really no way to play around Betrayal. Betrayal will kill 2 creatures. There's no way around that, sadly. But I like having a lot of stuff on the board. I think it's good against a rogue, and this is a decent amount of damage too. If she just like calmly plays a creature, this is 9 damage here, which is a lot, especially against a rogue, because they lose life when they use their dagger, and they don't have any built-in healing. I'm happy to see this. I'm thrilled to see that. Just delighted that all she did was play a creature. That's totally fine by me. So now I just took some damage, killing my damaged Golem, no problem. Alright, I'd say that worked out really well. So what I'm going to do here is just do that trade. I don't want this to get enraged and kill 2 of my creatures. 4 damage is pretty good, and this Ogre is quite timely. Make sure not to put the Ogre in the middle. Play around Betrayal. Okay, this is great. So she has 6 cards and a dagger. I have 6 cards. But I have a really huge one and this longbow, which is also good. She's taken 4 damage, hitting my stuff with dagger. Assassinate. That feels bad, sure, but it's a 5-mana card killing a 6-mana creature. At the end of the day, it's not too bad. And I think I'm alright here. So we'll do the Gnomish Inventor. And Steady Shot. And we're at the point now where we're trying to race the opponent down. I mean, this is 10 damage here. So I need to just steady shot her twice more and I win. This is also some more damage.
Truth is my shield.
Oh man, well that's a good card. No question about that. That is a very solid thing. I have 2 deadly shots in here. If I could get one of them, that'd be great. Alas, it is not to be. Okay, here's what I'll do. I will use 1 tick of my longbow to kill off this Sunwalker. I'm still putting damage on with my Inventor here. And I still have 5 damage here. Plus 2 is 7, so she's down at 5. 3 if I can attack once with an Elvish Inventor. So she's in a really perilous state. She needs another taunt. And she does not have it. Eviscerate. Okay, so she killed my creature off. Ah, that's unfortunate. This is actually a very big and annoying thing. Okay. Once again, I have this annoying non-bow of these 2 cards. Let's not repeat the mistakes of the past, though. I'm just going to play Sylvanas and the Silver Moon Guardian. I'm not going to commit to attacking her with the longbow just yet. There is a risk, of course, that she'll play Taunt or an Ooze. But I feel like it's worth it to hang on to this because these creatures have a decent chance of surviving. So I wanted to put those down. I wanted to keep this weapon in my hand, and I didn't want a steady shot just yet. Because these guys have a decent chance of surviving, and they hit pretty hard. Like, even this guy has a quarter of her current health, so she has to be very, very careful how she does this. She could, of course, kill Sylvanas by running in with the Spiteful Smith and either using the dagger or like a shiv or something, but then I would steal the Spiteful Smith. That's annoying. So she's going to probably... I imagine she wouldn't have played this unless she had either like a Defender of Argus to buff it and give it taunt, or a spell of some sort to draw cards. I don't know why she did that. Yeah, I don't really understand what she's doing. Maybe she's just dead and trying to figure out what's the most likely thing to bamboozle me. I mean, under Fairweather times, what she should do is make a dagger, enrage the Spiteful Smith, and then play this, and then this would have, you know, more damage. I see. So she eviscerated my Sylvanas, and this, I think, was a decoy to make it less likely I would steal something good. This is actually the first time I've ever seen Sylvanas work, I think. I don't think I've ever actually done it before. So anyway, now, because I stole this Enraged Spiteful Smith, my thing does 7 damage, so I'm going to win. But even without that, I still would have won the game. Yeah, I would have won. Like, had I stolen this Bloodsail Crusader, I would have hit her for 5. Plus 5 is 10, 12. It was over. The game was over. She needed, like, a taunt or something in order to stay in it. Well, that was a really fun game. I feel like I was pretty on top of that game the whole way through. Up to 3-1. I am officially really happy to make it to 5 wins now. The last couple of times I've made it to 5, the gold payout has been extremely good. I think it might, and don't quote me on this, I haven't seen enough data points yet, but I think it might be the case that like 5 wins can't go below 100. At least I haven't seen a 5-win run go below 100, I think, yet. So if 5 wins is 100, that's just really awesome, because it means if you play 1 arena a day, and you average at least 5 wins, you will lose money at such a slow rate thanks to the daily quest that you can play pretty much indefinitely. Now, it used to be that at 5 wins, you were losing money at a pretty good clip. And at 6 wins, that was where you could play pretty much indefinitely if you didn't play too much. So I like that they kind of downshifted it, or at least it's what it seems. I don't know yet for sure. It seems that they have downshifted it to the point where 5 wins now, if you can average that, you can play pretty much forever in the arena. All right, we got an aggro deck on our hands here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Abusive Sergeant, but I'm not going to use Arcane Shot. Now, the reason I'm not doing Arcane Shot is because I really want to play 3 drops on turn 2. And at the moment, if I were to coin out Arcane Shot and kill this Leper Gnome, then that would suck. Now, I could have Arcane Shotted the Leper Gnome, but I wanted to put this creature down because the Abusive Sergeant is less valuable to me than the Arcane Shot is. Okay, well, that's annoying. So he gets to draw a card, he gets some card advantage to start things off. Here is where I don't really want an Animal Companion because it could be the Charging Pig, which would be really bad. Actually, let's play Crazed Alchemist. Maybe I should have just Arcane Shotted this. I don't know. So I got my Arcane Shot, which could be good. I hope it'll be good at some point. Okay, it's not good yet. Oh, man. This is annoying. Okay, well, let's take a look. I'm going to make the Animal Companion here. Worgen's definitely tempting because it can hit this guy, become enraged. But I want to make the Animal Companion because if it's a Leok or the Pig, I can kill his Tauren right now. Okay, it's Leok. It's great. Let's do that. Okay, I can coin Arcane Shot and kill the Leper Gnome, but I don't feel like it. Let's just try to get some value going here, because if this is an aggro deck, I should be in pretty good shape since I weathered the storm very nicely. He's played stuff every single turn, and I've still just been totally fine. I'm at 26 health. That is tremendous. Alright, let's go ahead and do the Worgen. And let's get a little bit aggressive here. When is this coin going to be useful? I don't know. So let's just go ahead and coin out the Ooze. Get some more power onto the board here. So, 5 cards to 6. I'm about to draw my 6th. He's at full health, so he can start life tapping. But I am a hunter, so he'll pay for it soon enough if that's what he does. Oh man, that is a really good drop. Why does he keep having good drops? Damn it, I need a deadly shot. I don't have one. So I could 2-for-1 into that. That seems kind of lame. Balls. Alright, we're going to lay an explosive trap and a golem. And pass the turn. Wow, God, he had an aggro start and then just this awesome 5, like the perfect 5-drop. That's frustrating. Well, anyway, I hope he attacks me with that Wolf Rider. No, this guy is smarter than that. He knows not to attack a hunter with a trap when your stuff's going to die to that trap.
Do you need a blessing?
Oh man, he messes up. He should have attacked first, then played the Young Priestess. Instead, the Young Priestess is going to die.
That was a mistake.
Well, now things are looking really good. Because what I can do now is I can cash out my Golem, steady shot, play a really good creature, pass the turn. Now, I'm hoping he doesn't have any high-end stuff. Or at least has a low probability of it. Obviously, every aggro deck should have something in the high end, but I'm hoping he doesn't because he's had really aggro things. And it'd be annoying if he also had big stuff. Okay, yeah, so here we go. We got some chumpy trash coming out. So this guy is going to die next turn. It will only get to deal 3 damage because this guy is stealth, so he did that correctly. That was about as good as Corruption gets. We'll do another Divine Shieldy dude. Silver Moon shall not remember Kill Philus. Okay. That guy's dead. He's got some card advantage on me now. But he should be an aggro deck, so hopefully the Coda will have something to kill, like a Blood Imp, or a Voidwalker, or something. I guess it's going to have to be the Owl. That's lame. Yeah, I should have used this Arcane Shot. Way back on turn 1. It's not been doing me any favors here. And he should not be life tapping anymore, I'm pretty sure. That's asking for trouble. Oh my god, are you kidding me? God, these taunts. These taunts are killing me, man. Fuck. Oh, he life taps at the end of his turn. That's definitely not good. So he's made some mistakes. I don't think it's a super strong player here. Alright, we'll do this. And I'm going to try to steady shot him as much as I can. This taunt is so annoying. What outs do I have? I mean, he's got major card advantage and a taunter in the way. Still 5 turns before I kill him with steady shot, if you assume Arcane Shot is going on the face. He's got another taunter. God, why does this guy have so much taunt? Oh, fuck me, left sideways. I'm going to lose this game, I think. I would need to get, like, one of my other explosive traps here. Abomination, that might be good. I didn't, like, do the math or anything, but we'll see. Okay. Steady shot for sure. Well, this guy's gonna die when the Abomination dies, so I might as well run into something. And we'll kind of spread some damage around to make the Abomination as effective as possible. Okay, so he's down at 7 health after the Abomination dies. 5 health, so I need 3 more steady shots to kill him. With luck, I might be able to get the Stormwind Knight in. That would be huge if I could get 2 extra damage off this guy. But unfortunately, his taunters will survive unless I get one of my other explosive traps. So I'm again in the situation where I just desperately need to get explosive trap in order to have a chance. Void Terror. Interesting. So he's going to eat his Blood Imp and one of his taunters? I don't know if that's a good move. I don't think it's a good move. Huh. I guess he does have a lot of damage incoming now. Yeah, oh, that was a good move. I see. Because he's got a lot of damage. I'm dead next turn. I can't kill him. I can get him down to 3 health. If I draw kill command... Oh my god! Oh my godly god. I have not seen kill command like all arena. I just like, do I have anything in here? And I do. I do have something in there. Well, whatever. I think that was a well-deserved win. Now, you might say, oh, Boris, you just got lucky top decking. Well, but it's the whole game leading up to that point, guys. It's the whole game leading up to that point. I correctly chose to start racing at the right time, and I played the right cards, and I gave myself that chance. Had I played a little bit less well, I think I could have made some mistakes there, such that kill command wouldn't have been enough to get the win. Also, he life tapped one time too many. There was one time when I was like, he shouldn't life tap, and he life tapped, and then had he had 2 more health, he would have won. So that was a fun game. Glad to make it up to 4 wins. So yeah, we've got, you know what, I'm just happy to make it to 5. So we've got 2 chances to get to 5 wins for the 100 gold, I think. We'll find out on this channel, I suppose, at some point if that is wrong. And that's great. It's nice to just, it's a little bit less stressful to feel like you only have to get to 5 wins as opposed to always feeling like you have to get up to 7 or 6. So Explosive Trap I'll keep around just in case, but this stuff can go. This I'll keep around also as removal. The worst thing that for me that could happen is if you were to have a really slow start, then I will regret that I threw away my, like, you know, 4-drop and 5-drop and replaced them with a 5-drop and 6-drop. Alright, nothing on turn 1. Might be coining out that Golem on turn 2. Of course, if he does something like play a Knife Juggler or a Pint-Sized Summoner for the Bluegill Warrior to munch on, then sure. But I think the Golem is going to be the right move here. Oh, kill command. Nice of you to show up again. I guess, given how few beasts I have, this isn't really the greatest card. It's almost always just going to be 3 damage for 3 mana. So I'm glad I passed on the second one, at least. Maybe should have passed on the first one, although it did win me that one game, so hard to say. So the problem with my move of coining out the Golem is that it leaves me without a coin, meaning that Fen Creeper's delayed by a turn, which is definitely not good. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me, sorry if that was loud. So he used a Whirlwind and half a Fiery War Axe to kill my Golem. I guess I'm alright with that, it's fine. Let's just go ahead and drop some stuff down. Whatever. Keeping it in my hand seems kind of silly. So here's where I really regret not having the coin. If my deck does not deliver like a Silvermoon Guardian or something, then next turn when I'm only going to be like steady shotting and Explosive Trap, it's going to be kind of lame. Well, let's see what we got. Stampeding Kodo. More like Stampeding Nodo, am I right? Anyway, let's do Explosive Trap and Steady Shot. So this is basically just a 2-mana kill the Korkon Elite, is all it is. So next turn, I can play the Fen Creeper, then the Boulder Festoger, and I hope they'll be good. I'm not too far behind on cards. He didn't get that much advantage out of the Fiery War Axe, thanks to my Harvest Golem, and the fact that he used a Whirlwind. I mean, it's just 5... After this dies, he's got 5 cards to my 4, soon to be 5, and my cards are pretty good. Got my good endgame stuff here. Might even get to do Kill Command for 5 damage, thanks to the Kodo being a beast. And I have life advantage, which is against a warrior not as meaningful as against other classes because his hero ability cancels mine. But I think I could definitely be in good shape. Okay, ideally I would have liked to see like a Gurubashi Berserker or something that the Kodo can kill. That was not to be, but Fen Creeper is pretty good against this Korkon. So of course he could play like a Dark Iron Dwarf or something and trade up and kill it, but you can't play around everything. So that's that. Slam. Also a good way of dealing with the Fen Creeper. He gets to draw a card and then trade. Or execute. Okay, that is fine, I suppose. Play something for the Kodo to munch on? Please? 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 Nope, not a chance. So he used Slam Execute on a Fen Creeper, which, given that I'm about to play a Boulder Festoger, is pretty good. Now, Silvermoon Guardian is interesting, because it's tempting to try to kill the Korkon Elite with a Divine Shield. But no, I'm just going to play the Boulder Festoger. Get the big creature on the field when I can, and then let the rest take care of itself. So when I get up to 8 mana, I might be able to have a really big turn I might be able to Kodo plus kill command. Oh, that's really irritating. Okay. So what I'm gonna do here, let's think for just a moment. Yeah, I'm gonna play Silvermoon Guardian.
Shall not fall.
And I could play an Explosive Trap, again, just to use it as a single target removal against the Argent Commander. Or I could Steady Shot, to put 2 more damage on, and then see if he'll play more creatures that I can use the Explosive Trap on later. I'm actually gonna do it like this. So now I'm threatening to use my Divine Shield to kill off the Argent Commander, which is allowing me to save the Explosive Trap for a later time. And it's also getting 2 extra damage on from Steady Shot. So he's had really good answers to all my stuff. Alright, so here he finally slips up a little bit. This is not really what he wants. Because I can just, I mean, my one Silvermoon Guardian here can just kill both of his things. Sadly, the Kodo, God, the Kodo, I love this card so much. It's been so good. I've seen it be so amazing. But lately, it's just not been doing it for me. Oh, man. What a nuisance. So everything's at 3 health, which is annoying. Kodo finally has a target, though, which is nice. So what we'll do is we'll kill the dangerous creature. Play the Kodo to kill off the Sun Fury Protector. Do I lay the trap? I'm getting a bit low on health here. I might want to lay the trap. I'm going to lay the trap. So that should take out this Argent Commander. And then the Earthen Ring Farseer can trade with my Silvermoon Guardian, and I've got some pretty big drops coming up. This is nice for the healing, actually. Warriors have pretty good burn potential, but I feel pretty good because he's got 3 cards to my 3, and my board's better than his. Oh my god, are you kidding? Ah, it's really irritating. It's very irritating indeed. So I guess he's not going to attack me this turn. Otherwise, he wouldn't have played all these creatures. Oh my god, my opponent messes up really, really badly. He should have attacked first if he wanted to attack. I thought he wasn't going to attack me. But by playing his creatures first, oh man, poor guy. Poor guy, that's actually going to cost him the game. Because, like, if he had played the Sunwalker second, Kill Command wouldn't kill it right now because the Explosive Trap popped off the Divine Shield. I would have had to pop it with my Stampeding Kodo, but instead I can just Kill Command, like that, and then this, and I'm actually going to throw down my healer. Well, yeah, I'm going to throw it down now so that Whirlwind doesn't kill the Kodo. Alright, so this is looking really good. We have 2 cards to his 2 cards. My cards are actually alright, and I have like a board. So this is great. Okay, he gets a bit of card advantage there with that Drake. But I can kill the Drake and live to tell about it. Okay, I cannot kill that. I really wish I'd played the Savannah Highmane. Damn. Okay, I can do this and still play the Savannah. So let's draw a card first, see what we get. Crazed Alchemist. It doesn't quite help me. I mean, I can Crazed Alchemist this and kill the Yeti, but it's sort of pointless. We'll just do this and play the best thing I've got. Okay, with him only having 2 cards and me at 20 health, I'm high enough that he shouldn't be able to burn me out. The Yeti's gonna get value and kill 2 cards, that's fine. But I got a lot of damage coming his way soon here. Rampage? Oh man, that's lame. Boo! Boo! Okay. Always kill the Cult Master first. Can I win? Hang on, let me just check if I can win. This is what? 6, 10, 13, 15? He's at 20. No, can't get any extra damage. Okay, so always kill the Cult Master first. I'll leave around this guy, although it's more fragile, it hits harder. And I think every point of damage might matter here. We'll use the Highmane to kill off the Yeti. Get 4 damage going here. Play a Worgen. Play a Berserker. I'm not gonna play around a Brawl. I'm just not gonna. So we'll actually play a Crazed Alchemist as well here. For no effects. Crazed Alchemist did not find a use that time. So if he does play a Brawl, that's just life. But I think that I've lost enough games where I've played too passively that I realize I just need to, you know, when you get in a situation like this in a top deck war, you just need to lay your cards on the table. Okay, so he had some removal. He got to kill one of my things. That's fine. We got 5, 9, 13, 15 damage. And yeah, I'll deadly shot. I'm not gonna say well played yet, because it's not necessarily over. A brawl, okay, well, now I'll say well played. I guess he didn't have a brawl. I mean, brawl is an epic. Not every warrior's gonna have it. Cool, so we're at 5 wins, and I believe only 1 loss, so I might even get up a little bit higher, which is great. Get the whatever fuck key that is, I don't even know. So yeah, we made 100 gold, hopefully. I kind of don't really want to lose twice just to put my theory to the test, but I have not seen 5 wins go below 100. If that's the case now, that's just awesome. And you know, at the 7, 8, 9, 10 wins, you get a little bit less gold than you'd expect. That's totally fine. The way I look at it is like this. If you make it to 8 wins, you don't need to get 280 gold to be happy about making it to 8 wins. Like, if you get like 150 or somewhere between 150 and 200, that's good enough. Like, just getting back your entry fee is awesome. The rewards for 7, 8, and 9 do not need to be gratuitous in order to incentivize people to play in the arena. But you do need the rewards at lower levels to be better, to give those people an incentive to stick with it and keep on trying. Again against a rogue, and again going first. 25% odds of that. Very annoying. So the last rogue actually miraculously passed on turn 1. I don't know if I'll be that lucky twice. Nope. Not a chance. And she motherfucking has it. Well, that's life. I'm not going to sit around and wait here. I'm just going to go ahead and slow her down. So I do go down a card basically because she spent a card to make these 2 guys, and I used a card to kill just half of that. But the golem might be good for the kill on this bandit. We'll see. Hopefully she just daggers up right now. That would be ideal. Because then I could play the golem and have a decent chance of being able to actually kill that bandit off and get my card back. Crap. Nope. Okay, goes for the dagger. Fine by me. Now the harvest golem, a little bit less good perhaps against rogues than against others, because of course the rogue has this dagger from a previous turn, so if she can kill the golem right now, unlike a druid and unlike a mage, she doesn't have to use extra mana in order to kill the damaged golem off. Like a mage can kill this and then hero ability to finish it off, but motherfucking mad bomber. Well, one of them hit. That means she's gonna get to use the dagger to finish it off, and there we go. Okay, but it still could be a lot worse. I think I'm doing all right here. I'm not gonna deadly shot that. We'll play the Stormwind Knight, which has actually been very good this arena. So I get some card advantage because I use a creature to kill her creature, and the dagger's not quite good enough to finish this. She'd need to have like a Shiver or Fan of Knives to stay ahead card-wise. Wow, not comboing out a Defias Ringleader. That's crazy. What's going on? I guess she had nothing better to do. Okay. Well, that is just fine by me. All I'm going to do is play a Darkscale Healer here. And kill this bandit. So this guy has killed 2 cards now and is still alive. That's kind of awesome. She has 6 cards to my 6, soon to be 7. So I would definitely say I cut up from a rough first turn. I'm doing fine. That is getting deadly shotted. I could Crazed Alchemist and trade my Darkscale Healer for it. And it's tempting to play this Ogre, but no, this thing is just way too good for rogues. I think it has to go. Yeah. So we're going to deadly shot. And it's risky to use the Alchemist on the Darkscale Healer because then an Eviscerate would kill the Darkscale Healer. I like that 5 health means Eviscerate won't kill it. So I'm going to play this, but again, unfortunately, Crazed Alchemist did not find a use. I just wanted to get the body on the board, basically. Keep the pressure up. Alright, it's a pretty good card. But notice how she spent all of her mana playing it. And now I can, like, throw this in her way. Steady shot. Swing for 8 damage. Yeah, my opponent's in a lot of trouble here. This is why you can't win the game with a lot of big cards if your opponent has a board presence and you don't. Because you're just playing one big card at a time, and if your opponent has creatures from previous rounds, you're just going to get hammered. So she needs a really good turn right here, or it's over, pretty much. I mean, I have lethal already, This is 2 extra damage plus 2 extra damage a turn from steady shot.
Your magic shall not save.
That is actually something I'm thrilled to see. So she kills my healer instead of killing my Fen Creeper. I really couldn't care less. The Fen Creeper deals 1 less damage. It's not a problem at all. We're just going to go ahead and ignore her completely. My life total is way too high for me to worry about losing. And in fact, let's just do this. So yeah, it's just, I think it's almost impossible. You could have this be like a daily puzzle. Like, you're a rogue at 1 health against a hunter with an abomination in play. How do you, like, win? Like, you can have any card you want to. There's just no way. She could, like, heal herself enough and silence my thing and kill all my creatures and everything. So it's a pretty strong game. I beat a rogue who played turn 1 Coin Defias. Just goes to show that is beatable, but I'm going to give myself some credit. I made some good decisions that I think some people might not make, so hopefully, just as you have sometimes found my incompetence educational, I hope you found my skill to play educational in that game. Number 1, I used the Charging Murloc to kill a the Defias Bandit, which feels bad because you know in your heart that, like, you're using a card to kill half a card, but it's absolutely the right play because it's better than letting both of her creatures live. I put the Crazed Alchemist down without using it just to get board presence. That enabled me to win faster. It accelerated my clock, which was important. And yeah, I think it was a well-played game. What I'm going to do is mulligan back these 2. I'm not going to play this on turn 1 because sadly I am up against a druid, but I got what I wanted, which is a 2-drop and another 2-drop. So I can play turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, maybe, and have a pretty aggressive start. Because I know that this deck does have a really good amount of endgame, I'm really happy to, you know, fortunately get, like, a really fast start, because I know that even if I blow out all these cards, I'm going to have good stuff coming in later. Little point here, you definitely want to play the Wild Pyromancer first. Because if you play the Ooze first... Oh, no, actually, hold on. Sorry, what am I talking about? Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do first. Makes no difference. Ignore me. Ignore me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and kill this Novice Engineer. I know that I've said in the past, if you think your opponent's going to make a trade, then don't make it for him. But I've just been screwed enough times with, like, Shattered Sun Cleric coming in, whatever. I'm just going to let him have it. He can use the hero ability to kill my Wild Pyromancer, and then he's ahead a card, because the Novice Engineer drew a card, and then also helped kill something. Fine. That's just fine. I'm not gonna like open myself up to Shattered Sun Clerics and other junk. Okay, so here I think I'm just gonna lay this guy down. Sure, it'll die, but it's nice to get some damage on. And if he does use his hero ability to kill this thing, then he's not doing anything else. Now, swipe is what I really don't want to see, because that would kill both of my creatures. That would suck a lot of dongs, and the next turn, despite my best efforts, I have actually a lot of stuff that I cannot play onto an empty board. I mean, you can lay a trap, I guess, but it's not great. Interesting choice by my opponent here. He chose to play creatures that I can trade the Abusive Sergeant into, which I'll take. So yeah, we'll do that. And think. So, if I Arcane Shot, I can't play Silver Moon Guardian. If I Explosive Trap, the Wolf's going into my Ooze for sure. I'm gonna Arcane Shot, though. Seems like a good idea. Yeah, we'll lay an Explosive Trap here. Keep my creature alive, get some more damage on, even more damage with the trap. Now, yes, Druids gain a life a turn with the hero ability so he can catch back up, but it just seemed right to me to keep the creature I had and clear his board out, rather than trying to get new creatures out. Kind of happy to see this. My Kodo will munch on that, and it's kind of late in the game for this. Had this come out on turn 1, it would have been a totally different game. He could have just killed my Wild Pyromancer right away. Okay, that's annoying, unfortunately. Scarlet Crusader's very good there for him, but yeah, we'll do this. This Ooze did its job. It hit him pretty hard. And, okay. So this is, he's at half life, but he's not really close enough for me to consider burning him out, because again, I only do really 1 damage to him a turn as long as he's always using his hero ability. But if I get another couple of whacks in here, I'll be in good shape. Healing Touch. Alright, so he goes down a card. That's fine by me. And Mark of the Wild. Okay, that's also fine by me, because what it does is it lets him kill off my Kodo. But I'll Deadly Shot it, and then keep swinging with my Ooze. Seems good to me. So this is where Freezing Trap would have been better, because it would have sent the Scarlet Crusader back into his hand. That obviously would have been much better. Now let me actually think for a moment. Do I want a Deadly Shot? I don't think I actually do. I think I'll just trade the Uzin for it, and the reason for that is... I actually... Against a Druid, should probably keep Deadly Shot for, like, Ironbark Protectors. Or the epic 7-mana trees. Because if I used it on that Scarlet Crusader, I would be in a lot of trouble. Oh man, really? That's annoying. That's even more annoying. Balls. Balls, balls, balls. Oh, this is really irritating. To say the least. Wow, this got really terrible really fast. Well, oh man, do I dare use Deadly Shot here? Nah, let's just play the Worgen and call it a day. Oh man, this got turned around really bad. That Scarlet Crusader was so good for him, and I had the wrong trap. I needed to have a Freezing Trap there. That is the game. I mean, card-wise I'm alright, but his board is way better than mine. And his life total is not nearly low enough for me to really consider being able to burn him out. So he played creatures before attacking me, which is a mistake. He should have, of course, attacked before playing out that Dragonling mechanic. It's amazing how many people have done that. That's really interesting to me. I guess it's another perk of Explosive Trap, is people don't play around it correctly. That's a good card. Happy to see that. Could have laid an Explosive Trap for the Dragonling mechanic. I like the idea of getting 2 more damage on, because this is going to be 2 damage no matter what, but if I don't Steady Shot on a given turn, that's 2 damage that you lose forever. Okie dokie. Well, it's a good thing I didn't... Actually, if I had played Explosive Trap last turn, he might have made that mistake again, but I think he would have learned from his mistake. He should have really attacked. He would have attacked with the mechanic, cleared out the trap, then played Onyxia. As it is, what's going to happen is I'm going to play Explosive Trap. It's going to kill off all these whelps, and then Deadly Shot will be able to kill Onyxia, provided, of course, that he doesn't play more creatures out. So yeah, let's go ahead and lay the trap. Lay the companion. That's good. I actually like that a lot, because putting extra damage on his face is really good right here. So, the story now is that after this Explosive Trap fires, he's going to be at 2 health, which means it's going to take me 2 turns to kill him. I only deal 1 damage a turn, but that's actually pretty good, because, you know, at the point, we're at the point now where he's actually low enough that dealing 1 damage a turn with my hero ability is good enough. So the correct move, I don't know what the correct move here. He really should be attacking my creatures, of course, so that his stuff doesn't just die to this probable Explosive Trap. Okay, that Flesh-Eating Ghoul is going to be really big, and it's also going to be protecting Onyxia. However, he didn't use his hero ability this turn. So he might lose the game because of that. Yeah, he's going to lose the game because he didn't use his hero ability. Even if he hadn't attacked, I still would have won, because I would have Steady Shuttered him down to 2, and then the Explosive Trap, whenever he decided to attack me, would have killed him off. If my hero ability didn't. Okay, so that was a good game against the Druid, and I think it's our 7th win. We're in the money. I have to say, I'm really liking the Hunter a lot more than I used to. Steady Shot's big weakness is that it doesn't impact the board, but it is just nice as long as you're putting stuff onto the board and your cards are, you know, as good or almost as good as your opponent's cards. It's just nice to have that extra, like, oomph, that extra little push to be able to close out the victory. Oh god, that tinkling noise. Maybe it's like when you get to 7 wins, it tinkles for a really long time. I don't know, it seems like it's kind of an irritating design decision, if that is indeed what it is. Alright, it finally stopped.
Rexa versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine.
Alright, pretty happy to be up against another Warlock. Hunter versus Warlock is, of course, a nice matchup. Here's a case where you absolutely need to keep Explosive Trap, because that will kill off Blood Imps, and Blood Imps are a good thing to kill off. Kill command, kind of mediocre removal here. Wow, Gladiator Longbow. Haven't seen you in a while, buddy. Okay, so does he have crazy imps and whatnot? He does. What's actually really irritating is the fact that I can't play this Crazy Alchemist. If I play the Alchemist, I'm forced to switch this to be a 2-3, and that's no good. Luckily, I top-decked my way out of it. This Murloc is perfect. So I kill off his 1-drop. He dealt 3 damage to himself. Note that Flame Imp has been nerfed. It used to only deal 2 damage to the hero. Now it deals 3. Imp Master. That's annoying. Alright, we'll do this.
You love my new recipe.
So the Imp Master's gonna die next turn when it pops the last imp. So it'll deal 4 damage to me, or it will kill my Crazed Alchemist. Either way, I'm fine with that. This is annoying. I guess I have a little bit more conditional stuff here than I thought. A lot of this stuff is things that you really can't just drop onto an empty board. I don't really have normal stuff to play. I'm kind of relying on my deck to bail me out of this. Now, I mulliganed a lot. I mulliganed everything but my Explosive Trap, so I feel like my mulligan was alright. But the Explosive Trap hasn't been used yet, so maybe I did mess up. Mortal Coil is very good with spell damage, so he gets to draw a card, get some card advantage there. And the Imp Master's gonna die. Well, I don't mind clearing out these imps and the Kobold Geomancer, so sure, we'll play an Explosive Trap and steady shot him. Okay, so next turn I'll play the Darkscale Healer most probably. It's possible that if something weird happens, the Abomination will be the right move, but I doubt it because the Explosive Trap should kill off all of his things, so I don't see the need to play the Abomination. So here's the Explosive Trap. Kills the Geomancer and the imps from that Imp Master. Card-wise, he's still fine, though, because a lot of his creatures came from the same card. Fairy Dragon. This person knows what he's doing, so he noticed how he played the creature after he attacked. He should have life-tapped first, though, so he made a little mistake there. Okay, I'll play the Abomination here. It's risky for sure. If he gets like a Shattered Sun Cleric or a Dark Iron Dwarf to help the Fairy Dragon trade up, or like a Mortal Coil. But as it is, a 4-4 is good against a 3-2. And if I can kill the 3-2 with this 4-4, that means that he's now like stumped and can't play more creatures because he knows that mine is on the brink of death and will wipe his stuff out. Provided, of course, his stuff is small and will actually die to the 2-damage bomb. So I like this a lot. If he does play something big, I can play the Abusive Sergeant and help the Abomination trade up into his bigger card. Granted, that will result in the death of the Abusive Sergeant, but it may be worth it depending on what the situation is, so we'll just have to see. It's important right now to actually start thinking about his life total, because I've got 10 damage here, 3, it's 13, and if I can put this on a creature, that's 15. So I have a lot of damage potential here, and he's already below 20. So the Raid Leader, I'm really happy to see that. I mean, it's not the absolute best outcome for me because it does kill my Abomination, but my Abomination killed off a Fairy Dragon and a Raid Leader, and he life tapped at the end of his turn. So okay, I thought this person was good, but now I'm beginning to wonder. It seems like he's playing a little bit sloppy. Okay, I could play this down just to have the board presence, but I'm gonna keep it as a trick because we're getting up to 6 mana, where he might play a Dread Infernal, and I'd like to actually be able to kill the Dread Infernal rather than having this guy die uselessly to it and then this thing being unable to trade up into it. Fen Creeper, okay. Let's see what else he's gonna do. Argent Squire, not a problem. Okay, this is great. So, of course, an ideal situation would have been... Oh, man, this is so close to ideal, but not quite. So, ideally, I would have liked to be able to use Deadly Shot to kill this. But I can't, because it might hit the Argent Squire. I'd love to Kodo and then Deadly Shot, but I can't because that's 8 mana. However, this is fine. It's not ideal, but it's fine. I'm going to use the Kodo to kill the Argent Squire. I will now play the Abusive Sergeant. I'll kill off the Taunter and pass the turn. Okay, so he's at 17 health. I have a lot of damage here. 9 damage. Man, if this stuff gets to attack him one time, he loses. I think he's life tapped a bit too much, and he's always life tapped at the end of his turn, not at the beginning. So this might be a newer player. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so the only question that I have is, do I even bother deadly shotting this War Golem, or do I just put out the longbow and start smacking? So 6, 9 plus 5 is 14 damage. It's going to be at 3 health. Yeah, I don't think it's even worth it to attack this thing. I can't see how he could kill me in one turn. So let's just get the party started. I really can't imagine how he comes back from this. I have just in my hand, bypassing a taunt, 3 plus 2 is 5 damage. That's assuming it kills my Kodo to make kill command deal less damage. Otherwise, this is actually 7 damage. So how is he going to heal enough and clear out my board and stop me from attacking with his weapon? It's just impossible. Bane of Doom. That's more than half of his mana. I couldn't care less. Even if he had gotten a good demon like a taunter, it just doesn't matter. Kill command goes through the taunt. So, I mean, he's still dead. He knows he's dead. Okay, so there's that. But even without my stuff, he's dead. So let's just use what I have. Suffer my wrath. Alright, wow, that was a good game. Very solid. That opponent did not play precisely, though. On those turns where he life-tapped at the end, it's possible that had he life-tapped at the beginning, he would have drawn the card that he needed and been able to have a better turn. It is also possible that had he not life-tapped at all, he would have had more health and I wouldn't have been able to kill him. Although I actually killed him with room to spare, so I guess the life-taps didn't do him in. Wow, I'm actually kind of surprised to beat 8-1. I feel a little bit embarrassed. At the beginning I said I didn't think this deck was going to go too far. It just seemed like a fun deck to play. I think I did play against a couple of people who are a little bit newer at the game, but at the same time, all the wins, really, all of them have been very solid, with the exception of that one Warlock who I top-decked the kill command against. The wins have all been very solid. So, I'm pretty happy to be here. Nice to add another game to Papa Boris's greatest hits. And pack away another entry fee. El Rocho, the Warlock. I don't know why I started sounding like that. Okay, we're second, which is nice, because we're going to have to mulligan a lot. Against a Warlock, I will keep multi-shot, because it'll kill a Blood Imp. And because I'm second. If I were first, I'd probably have mulligan this. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to be wasting the Battle Cry and playing this on turn 1. It's risky, of course, for Mortal Coil and whatnot, but I want to have this on the field to trade off with his creatures.
Do you need a blessing? Yeah,
like, this just has to go on. I want to have a chance at killing this young priestess before she gets out of hand. You know those priestesses, especially the young ones, they like to give you extra health, if you know what I mean. I'm sorry. Anyway, so, boy, that's annoying. Ah, man. Well, I really need, like, another abusive sergeant now for this to actually work. Can I use this? I don't think I can. God damn, that's really annoying. Coining this out is really pointless, just utterly. So I'll do the trade, and yeah, this sucks. A lot of dongs, but that's what I'm gonna do. I could coin and do nothing, just to get the damage on the succubus, and have the, no, I'm not gonna do that. That seems really silly. Basically, if he uses the succubus to kill my pyromancer and plays another creature, I can coin multi-shot and kill them both. Alright, so this is fine. He is taking a little bit of a risk doing that. Let me think. Can I deadly shots? If it hits this, I'm gonna, but no, multi-shot is good here. Deadly shot will be good later. Can I coin, make the Silver Moon Guardian? Let's see. So I could actually coin, that will deal damage to a succubus and this thing. Then I can run my pyromancer into this guy, because he's dangerous if he gets like buffed. Play the Silver Moon Guardian off of the coin and then be threatening to kill the succubus that way. Then I have a creature on the board rather than multi-shotting, which is 2 spells. So it'll kill off my own pyromancer. I think it's actually better. Yeah, we'll do this. Play this dude. Now, okay, I was thinking of killing this because he's dangerous if he gets buffed, but the succubus can be demon fired, and all he needs is +1 health on this, and suddenly I'm in trouble. So I'm actually going to go ahead and take a little bit of a risk. I'm going to kill the succubus. So if he buffs this to Oblivion, I could be in a lot of trouble, but I'm ahead on cards here, notice. He's got 4 cards to my 5, soon to be 6. I'm coming out ahead here. Alright, he's got full health so you can catch up with life taps. But this is fine. So now I don't even need to use Divine Shield. I'm just going to multi-shot this. I think? Well, let's think. So multi-shot will kill them, leaving me with a creature on the board. I can kill one and then play Stormwind Knight, kill the other. That's actually better because it gives me an extra creature, doesn't it? Yeah. So I'm going to kill this one because it has a higher attack value. Play Stormwind Knight, which has been excellent every time. Damn. So good. So I've got 2 creatures now rather than just the one, which is nice. Alright, I'm pretty happy to see that. Because I can deal with it pretty well, I think. Yeah, it's a bit risky doing Deadly Shot like this. Well, let's think. I could play Sylvanas, and this thing's going to get to kill 2 of my things. Hang on. If I play Sylvanas, he uses the Darkscale Healer to kill my Guardian. This will drop to 2 health, and he plays another creature, then Multi-Shot will kill this and whatever new thing he plays. If he plays something big, I can run Sylvanas into it and steal it. Okay, I'm going to play Sylvanas instead.
I have no time for games.
And then I'm going to swing for damage. So that was actually my first time dealing damage to him, and I kind of do want to deal some damage to him because otherwise, the longer I wait, the more times he's going to get to life tap and sort of catch up against me. Alright, life tap. So I'm still okay on cards. He's got 6 to my 7, soon to be 8. So even with all that, I'm doing okay. Flame him. Alright. That's not really a problem. So he deals 3 damage to himself. Kills off my creature. That's okay. Soulfire. Going down a card to kill a creature is fine. Lord Jaraxxus? What? Oh my god. So he actually shot Sylvanas, which was interesting. So I can run into the Voidwalker, die, steal a creature. It's actually kind of annoying. I want to use multi-shot. I don't want to steal the creature. I just want to multi-shot. What if I multi-shot first? Then whatever's left will kill Sylvanas and I get nothing. Oh, that's annoying. It's a good move on his part. Okay, I'll do it. See what I steal. Flame it. Okay. Well, No Mission Mentor doesn't look so good here. I was hoping I could steal this, but now the Darkscale Healer can just steal that thing. Worgen will just trade with that. Deadly Shot, I think, is a bit overkill. Alright, we're going to do this. And Steady Shot. Just try to get some more damage on him. So now either one of my creatures will trade with this. He's in top deck mode. Life tapping is dangerous because he's up against a Hunter. I do have 10 points of burn here, plus my Steady Shot every turn. He's going to do it, though. I played like this is the 3rd Warlock. I think they're life tapping too much against me. I mean, I might just be biased. I might think that because I know that I'm holding on to the longbow and whatnot, but it just seems like maybe they're doing a little bit too much. Okay, so Kodo will kill this Blood Imp, but let's just use this multi-shot while it's good. And really get him low on life. Okay, so he's in serious trouble because this is death. He has to have taunt here, or bust. And more than one, because I have a Deadly Shot to clear out one. So he's in trouble. That is not a taunting creature. He doesn't have enough cards, and my life total is too high for me to be really worried about him killing me just yet. Let's think. So Kodo is a whiff. Can I actually win right now, or I get him down to 4-2? Can't quite kill him. So what are the odds of him killing me? This is, what, 9 down to 10? A single Warlock card is never going to deal 10 damage. I'm just going to go for it. Oh, wait, what am I talking about? I have a longbow. Yes, I'm going to go for it in the sense of I'm going to win the game. Okay. So El Jarocho, the Warlock, goes down. Here's what I'm thinking about this deck. I think this deck is pretty good. Maybe it's better than I thought it was, but I still don't think it's like a, I don't think it's like a very good deck by any means. I think I've gotten a lot of favorable matchups. I have seen 3 Warlocks, which is really great when you're a Hunter. I've seen 2 Rogues, which I think is also favoring the Hunter because the Rogues deal damage to themselves with their hero ability. And some of those Warlocks and the Rogues, I don't know about the Rogues, but the Warlocks haven't played quite precisely, like running into my explosive traps and so forth. So I think I've caught a few breaks. I think maybe, more keys are going out, so more new players are in here. So I've gotten a few freebies that I wouldn't have gotten, say, 2 weeks ago. But anyway, I'll give myself some credit. Certainly, it's not a bad deck, and I'm not playing badly. I just think I've been, a little bit luckier than it might look. from the fact that I'm at 9-1. Well, this is kind of exciting. What it means is that I have the chance to get above 9 wins for the first time ever. I have never done that before. You've seen actually all of my runs so far. Do I play this? I'm not going to play that. The Paladin's recruits will kill it, and while that might not happen, well, he might have legitimate 2-drops.
Protects me.
You know, like if I had played this and then this came out, I just would have been so sad. Let's go ahead and play the Amani Berserker. It's not super great against the Argent Squire, because you can turn on the Enrage against it, but then the Argent Squire is still kind of there, which is sort of sad, but it's fine. If he makes a recruit, I'll probably kill off the recruit. And then, well, what will I do? I'll probably pop Divine Shield, maybe lay an Explosive Trap. Hard to say. Hard to say what I would do.
Drink with me, friend.
Ah, he's going to put it back into his hand. Interesting choice. Oh, that's a really good top deck, I'm not gonna lie. Because this allows me to kill the panda and then play like an aggro deck. Just putting that down for the extra damage and having the board presence. Okay, so now this is a totally different situation. Now I don't mind having this here because I've got ways of stopping his recruits from killing the Abusive Sergeant. I have a creature here to protect me. Now if he does play the Argent Squire, that's sad. However, the Argent Squire is a 1-drop. So it'll be 1-drop for 1-drop. I'll pop Divine Shield with the Berserker, get it enraged, and then use the Abusive Sergeant to kill the Argent Squire. That's a 1-drop for a 1-drop. It's a fair trade. It's only bad if he uses the Recruit to kill it. He did nothing. I think that's a mistake. Like, I know what he's thinking, like, oh, I don't want him to turn on Enrage. I still think that's a huge mistake. He is incredibly lucky that I have nothing better to do on this turn than lay an Explosive Trap and Steady Shot. If I had played like a Chillwind Yeti or Ascension Shield Master, that pretty much would have put this game away. Man, that was a mistake. I'm surprised someone at 9 wins didn't play the Argent Squire there. He totally should have. Okay, well now he does. But now it might be too late. Because I'm going to drop the Abomination. I'd rather have like a Fen Creeper, but because I don't want this Death Rattle here killing all my stuff. But it's going to stop the Argent Squire from attacking into my things, and I can just start dealing damage to him.
Reporting for duty.
Wow. Alright. Well, let's think. Yeah, I'm just going to play this thing. This seems totally fine. There is a risk that he's got a Silence, and then can like make some really profitable trades. But, man, this is really good, because if he kills this, my Abusive Sergeant will die, but the Berserker gets enraged, so he has to deal with that. And then I've got Explosive Trap. So he'll be at 14 health after this dies. An Explosive Trap puts him down to 12. Dropping this High Main and Steady Shots. It's going to be tough for him to catch back up. Still, though, I would rather this were a Fen Creeper. I would rather this not be something that blows up and kills and damages my things. But it just seems pretty good here to drop that down, protect my interests, and call it a day. Now, I did let a Paladin keep creatures, but I feel like this is a pretty special case here with this Abomination. Okay, so he is going to throw his stuff into it. It's a reasonable choice. And he's going to play a Vengeful Mercenary. Oh, man, that is incredible. I'm so happy to see that because it means I get to attack for 5 damage. That is a big deal. Okay, so do I Deadly Shot? Or do I even bother? I could just play the High Main. I could actually... I think I'm just going to Steady Shot and make a Golem here, honestly. I don't need to kill this thing. I don't care about it. Yeah, I don't mind just putting another creature down and damaging him more with Steady Shot. I've got things like Arcane Shot and a second Explosive Trap and Kill Command. I've got several cards here that, you know, are going to accelerate my clock, as it were. Yeah, we'll do this. I really don't want to miss any Steady Shots. I've lost a game before where I missed, like I didn't Steady Shot in lieu of placing a creature, and I'll never make that mistake again. I just need to Steady Shot him every turn. So if he gets the Justice guy and heals up a lot, that would of course be sad, but still, even after he does that, I've got, you know, removal, I've got more removal. Sad that this doesn't target heroes, and I've got outs in my deck. I've got like an Arcane Shot, another Explosive Trap, a Kill Command, the Stormwind Knight, the Gladiator's Longbow. Like, that's already a fourth of the cards, and I might even be missing one. That's like a fourth of the cards in here that are gonna win it for me. I cannot believe he attacked me. He should have killed my creature. When you're at 3 health against a hunter, you gotta kill creatures. What does he have here that's so impressive? Tyrion Fordring? No! Oh, he can't, because this thing is blocking the stuff. Okay, well anyway. Folks! This is a momentous moment! With this steady shot, I make it past 9 wins for the very first time. And we are in the 10-win zone. Interestingly, these last few games have not been that hard. I would not say that any of those opponents put up much of a fight. That paladin played really imprecisely. So what is this? The Frost Key? I have no idea. Yeah, that opponent played very imprecisely. He attacked me with the Ventricle Mercenary instead of attacking my creatures. He didn't play an Argent Squire into a board of Amani Berserker and Abusive Sergeant. Yeah, I just think he played somewhat imprecisely, and same for the Warlock before him. So maybe it's one of those flukes like I've heard about where people get matched against someone with a very different record. Or maybe it's just that there's more people in the game, so you might even see some less strong opponents at the higher levels. Carrot King the Shaman. At least he's better than Carrot Top. Okay, Deadly Shot I'm not going to keep in my opening hand versus Shaman, because with the totems, it just seems awfully silly. My plan here is to wait and see. What I might do is just play the Abusive Sergeant on turn 1, skip the Crazed Alchemist, and play the Raging Worgen on turn 2 with the coin. We'll see how it goes. If he does like an Argent Squire, I wouldn't play in for that. All right, let's do this. Don't mind that. The reason I don't want to coin out the Crazed Alchemist, like if this were an Amani Berserker, I might have coined it out, but this will kill a totem, and that's not like spellbinding by any means, but it's pretty good just to get a free totem kill. I might even do it now, depending on what it is. Healing totem? Yeah, don't need that. It's fine. We'll just go ahead and coin out the Worgen and use my creature to kill the totem. So this is a pretty good start. Forked Lightning, I'm safe. It'll just enrage the Worgen, unless of course he gets lucky, flips spell damage. But if he gets a taunt or something, I can like Crazed Alchemist, kill it, and keep on swinging. Unbound Elemental. Well, you know what they say about Crazed Alchemist. It always finds a use. Now, I could have run the Worgen in and turn on Wind Fury, and then like killed it with either the Worgen itself or the Abusive Sergeant. However, I'd like to keep the Worgen hardy and healthy. I don't want it to drop to 1 health where Frost Shock and Earth Shock and Lightning Storm will all kill it. While I'd say that I won the opening, the game could still go either way, of course, but I think I'm doing pretty well here. I'm about to draw another card and then drop my legendary. Stormforge Axe, that's a bit annoying. It'll kill my Alchemist, of course, but still, he's overloaded, so he's overloaded for 2. He can only play 3 mana next turn. So I'm going to get to play the Snowish Inventor, get some card advantage, and be relatively uninterrupted, which is kind of nice. He could use a Lightning Bolt or a Rockbiter weapon to, kill this off, but I don't really mind. Okay, it looked like he was thinking about swinging his axe at my face for a moment. Okay, let's go ahead and kill off this totem. I'm not going to play Sylvanas because I have a reasonable alternative, which is the Fen Creeper. If I didn't have this, I would have played her, sure, just as a 5/5 for 5. But it's really, really nice if you can wait for your opponent to play a creature before you drop this baby down. She'd probably kill me for calling her baby. Alright, he's got his own Taunter. Sadly, I don't have a beast, so the kill command only deals 3 damage. Don't really have any good way of killing this, unfortunately. I mean, I could run my creatures into it, I suppose. Like a putz. Okay, we'll do it like this. I'm gonna run that in.
Hey, give me a minute.
I'll run this in. I'll play the... Oh my god, I should have done that first. Always draw cards first. Oh man, that was silly of me. And then we'll play the Berserker. Hopefully he doesn't have any mind control techs. I'm somewhat safe against Lightning Storm unless he flips spell damage. Then that will guarantee kills on the Berserker and the Fen Creeper. But otherwise, card-wise, I'm doing fine, and I've got a big lead on the board. Only thing I could use is, for him to not have so much health, but that's fine. Oh, jeez, that's annoying. Well, that's actually going to be a problem. I don't have any good way of getting rid of that, unfortunately. And he even has a taunter in the way, you know, to boot. So, how do I do that? Well, it's going to have to come down to Sylvanas. Yep, that's how it's going to have to be, I think.
I have no time for games.
So, the way we do it is as follows. I'm going to run that in, run that in, run that in. And I'm threatening now to run into the giant with Sylvanas and then steal the giant after that. He has a lot of answers, though. Any silence or a hex will get him out of it. So he needs to have a silence or hex in these 4 cards.
The gates are open.
Taunt does not work. Oh my god, I cannot believe he just did that. I can't believe he just did that. That was a huge mistake. Okay, he notices it was a mistake. That was like the most terrible thing he could have done, because now I run my Sylvanas into the Lord of the Arena and I steal a fresh giant instead of a damaged giant. Like I was gonna run in, it would be an 8-3, easy to kill with lightning bolt and whatnot. Oh my god, I can't believe he did that. I mean, it's an honest mistake. I think that's the kind of mistake. I wouldn't say that Carrot King is a bad player for making that move, because how often do you really run into that situation where your opponent's playing any particular legendary? He could be a good player who just messed up there, but holy cow, that was a really serious mistake, and that did pretty much is game defining. Okay, so this is really not a problem by any stretch of the imagination. Kodo is just the icing on the cake here. So I get a free kill on one of these. I'm just gonna go ahead and use kill command. Wait, oh, it deals more damage because this is a beast. Kind of a waste now. Can I actually win? Hang on a minute, I might just be able to win here. Let's see, I use this and this to kill the Feral Spirit. This is what, 14 damage? 16 damage? Oh, is there a way to do that more precisely? I don't think so, because this doesn't quite kill the spirit. I have to throw something else at it. I think I'm just gonna do that though. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. My life total is too high for him to really be able to kill me here.
For honor.
Could he kill me? Let's say he puts Wind Fury on this. You know what? We'll just play it a little safe here. Just in case he has like Wind Fury and 2 Rockbiter weapons or something really dumb, I'm gonna kill off his creature. Because I should be pretty good here with this board. And, you know, 3-5 damage in my hand. Or 7 if the Kodo is still alive. Okay, so he's got a Lightning Storm. That's not gonna kill the giant, though. You'd need a Hex for that giant. Oh, he does not have a Hex. So yeah, he never had a Hex. He needed a Hex for Sylvanas, and he needed a Hex for the giant. Just didn't have it. Oh my gosh, well, we make it to 11 wins. Our first time up is a real slam banger. Carrot King the Shaman goes down. Now, had he just not played the Lord of the Arena, had he made like a totem instead or whatever, I would have stolen his giant, but then the giant would have died of that lightning storm. He would have had a Lord of the Arena to come back afterwards and block more stuff. Yeah, what is this? I think this is like a Molten Key or something. I can't believe it. I actually have 2 chances to make it to 12 wins. That's kind of exciting. It's one of those things where if I lose twice in a row now, I'm not going to be sad. Like, I'm still going to be happy to make it to 11 wins. But I'm going to be a little sad. I'm going to be a little sad if I don't get to 12 wins. I mean, this is not an opportunity that comes up very often. I'm not like a top player. So to have a chance to make it to 12, it'd be really nice to seal the deal and actually get there. Rexar versus Rex the Paladin. No mages in this run. I think I had like 1 mage, and that was it. Okay, Kill Command is very mediocre removal. I don't want to keep it. This is too slow. I'll keep the Ooze, but I'm going to be conflicted. I don't really want to play it on turn 2, but I will. I will. I think it's better to have this down and trading early in the game than it is to hold on to it out of the possibility of him playing a True Silver Champion at some point. Okay, so it's definitely annoying that the Oozle just died of this deckhand. But I'm going to do it. I think as strong as that feels, I think it's the right move. I'm using a card to kill a card. I'm keeping his board free. Yeah, later on he might have a weapon or whatever, but I think it's just the right move. So my deck is biting me a little bit here. Explosive Trap is stupid to play. And I have a bunch of 4-drops. So, bit of a bad draw. I can't complain, really. I've caught enough breaks in this arena that I can't complain about a bad draw. And I still can lose one game, or I can lose one game and still have another chance after this. But, yeah, it's a bit of a bad start here for sure. So, Silver Moon Guardian is the play because the Stormwind Knight, this is the first time where it's actually a little bit unimpressive. It can't really kill anything here, which is a shame. I could still be, I'm not like losing or anything. I could still be totally fine. So we're going to pop Divine Shields. Alright, Blessing of Kings. So I really need Deadly Shot. And I do not have it. Oh dear. Well, let's do this. Well, let me think. Do I play Sylvanas here? I think actually I do play Sylvanas here.
No time for games.
So this guy could have killed the Scarlet Crusader, but what I like about Sylvanas is if I kill the Bloodsail Raider with it, I get his Crusader on my side, which I think is important. By the way, so remember the draft where it was like this or the Gruul? I think I made a really good choice there. So let that be an educational moment. I think it was absolutely the correct choice to grab Sylvanas. It has made a pretty big impact on these games, much earlier and much harder than the Gruul would have, I think. Oh no, that's not good. That's really not good. So he's actually gonna burn me down, basically. Yeah, that's sad. I really, well, okay. Desperate times. If I Deadly Shot right now, and worst case it hits the Scarlet Crusader, that's actually really, really bad. I can't afford that risk. Yeah, here's what we'll do. We'll do this to kill off this engine. I cannot play the Ogre much as I would like to. What I have to do, this sucks a lot, but, well, I want to play Explosive Trap to kill off the Crusader, but this guy will actually survive and hit me, which sort of sucks. But if I play the Explosive Trap, I have 4 mana left. I could still play the Stormwind Knight to kill the Scarlet Crusader that way. But then the Explosive Trap's just dealing 2 damage to this, and it's accomplishing nothing. I could play the Explosive Trap, and then this, and run it into the Bloodsail Raider. Then, it and the Crusader would both die to the Explosive Trap. Now, is that better or worse than just playing Kill Command and Deadly Shot and killing his creatures that way? Okay, so I can kill everything he has, but either I use Explosive Trap and Stormwind Knight, or Kill Command and Deadly Shot. I think this is a bit more tenuous because he could interfere. So let's just go ahead and do it like this. We'll Kill Command that and Deadly Shot that. It's not good at all. It's definitely desperate. I would have loved to just play the Ogre, but I don't think I could have afforded to just play the Ogre and have him hit me for another 9 damage down to 10. It's just a little bit too dicey. Alright, there's the True Silver Champion, so he gets to kill Sylvanas without having to suffer for it. That's sad. But what it does mean, though, is at least it used up his whole turn doing that. So as long as this 2-mana drop is not, you know, the most amazing 2-mana drop ever, I think I'm in good shape. Well, not good shape. I'm hanging in there. Okay, let's just go ahead and do this. It's not the most glamorous play, but, you know, don't let paladins keep creatures. I'm going to lay an Explosive Trap. It's a bit risky, but I'm 99% sure that at 25 health, he's not going to hit me with the True Silver Champion. He's going to hit this creature. So this is sticking around, and then I need all my mana. Oh no, he's going to fish for the Explosive Trap. Oh my god. Oh no, never mind. I missaw that. Okay, so he killed my thing. Okay, so the Explosive Trap will clear up, you know, this minion that he played, and maybe do more. We'll see. Oh, there's another one. Well, I only have the one ooze, and I used it. Okay, we'll play, I think, the high main here. Steady Shot him. Oh, his life total is so high. And he has a lot of cards. That's just sad. Well, I'm hanging in pretty good, considering how bad of a start this was. So, the Explosive Trap, all it did was kill a Recruit and 2 damage. That's not super great. I'm not really in a position to race him, unfortunately. Because he has 8 damage back here. Okay, well, that happened. Okay, how do we do this? I could run in my Hyena. When the Abomination pops, the Hyena will die. Then the High Main will die. 2 Hyenas will spawn out. And then I'll have 9 mana to work with. I can play Ogre and Steady Shot, which is actually pretty good. The alternative is to Explosive Shot, but then I can't play anything. All I'm doing if I Explosive Shot is killing this. He goes down to 21. I got into 13. I hit him down to 15. It's tempting. It's really tempting, actually, to do that. And then, okay, so then he would get hit for 2 plus 6 is 8. Plus 2 is 10. He'd go down to 13 health. God, that's still just a little high. I like the idea of getting the Boulder Fist Ogre down, so we'll do it like this. I'm going to hit him here, let that happen, play the Ogre, and steady shot. So I have a little bit more board presence here, although a Consecration would change that very quickly, of course. But if this thing can hit him down to 13, and if I can heal up maybe, I'd be in decent shape. I'm still in the game. Mad Bomber. Oh my god. Who plays that card? Fools! Fools rush in where angels would never ever play a card as bad as Mad Bomber. So what's nice about the Mad Bomber is Explosive Shot will kill it if he plays something with 5 health, like a Chillwind Yeti or Ascension. Arcane Shot will kill it if he does not play either of those things. He's gonna swing at me. Okay, so it looks like he's going for the burn kill, which is a fair choice, surely.
I got the best deal.
Oh man, he makes a slight misplay here. Okay, so he's getting a card. He should have put this off to the edge because now it's in line with Explosive Shot. So he just used the coin to get a card. This is fantastic. Can I actually win? Let me just check if I can win first. Because I can deal 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 damage. Not enough. Okay, so Explosive Shot is just amazing. He should have put the Recruit in the middle. Instead, I get to kill him like that. And can he deal 9 damage with 10 mana? Because if he can, I should really play the Darkscale Healer. But if I play the Darkscale Healer, I'm missing out on a chance to steady shot. 10, 6, 8, 10. Is the 2 damage going to matter? The 2 damage might not really matter. How can a Paladin deal 9 damage with 10 mana and 4 cards? Is it possible? It's possible, I think. Reckless Rocketeer, Blessing of Kings. No, that's only 9. That is 9 damage. Okay, you know what? Let's just do this. There's at least one thing I can think of that does not kill me now, because I got up to 11 health. And I've got a lot of damage here to work with. I mean, this is already 14 on the board, 16, 18. I've got a lot of damage. Avenging Wrath, that's scary. Well, it's a good thing I put another creature down. If that had gone differently, he could have actually, you know, done enough damage to kill me with that Avenging Wrath. I think it's over. I think this is more than enough damage to kill him.
That was a mistake.
I don't think it was a mistake. Oh, yeah, then there needs to be an emote. You know, there needs to be an emote for, like, that sucked, or, like, that was unlucky, because I think that's what he was saying. I don't think it was a mistake to play that. Like, if that was all he had, if these 2 cards are non-interfering, that was his only chance.
Victory.
And we get it! It's gonna be loud for a moment, folks. Pardon me. Woo! Alright, that was awesome. What a happy continuation to my day. 12-1 though, that's almost 12-0. Now I'm like sad about that one loss when I got to 4 wins. I really should learn what these keys are called. What is it, a frickin' something or other ring? Okay folks, this is the first time on the channel we are seeing a 12-win prize. Let's go ahead and see what we get here. Now, I believe at 12 wins, from what I've heard, these are pretty exorbitant, which makes sense, because it's like 1% of the population can get here. So... Oh my god, that's awesome! I got a legendary. It's not golden, but I don't really care. That's freaking amazing! Holy crap, that's like 1,600 dust that I don't have to spend crafting a legendary, and it's a pretty good one. Wow. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, do please like and or subscribe. And if you want to stick around for some more basking and bathing and gloating and just... What's the word I'm looking for? I think basking is the word in this post-run greatness. Let's go ahead and continue our ritual. So first of all, how much money is this? This is 325 gold. So that's 2 arenas and change. I also got a legendary, which is nothing to sneeze at. Let's take a look at our pack. This is like pretty... Oh my god, it's another legendary, and it's one that I already have. Oh my god, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. 3 rares, a legendary, and an epic. Wow, that's a pretty good pack as far as packs go. I already have this. You know, when you get up to like around 9-ish legendaries, you just kind of, oops, no. Well, let's take a sneak peek at the next arena and then go into my collection. When you get 9-ish legendaries, it starts to become somewhat likely that you'll start to get some repeats here and there. So yeah, Alakir the Windlord is considered by many, including me, to be pretty much the worst class-specific legendary, if not the worst legendary in the entire game. He's just awful, awful, awful. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and disenchant him for 400 dust. 2 of those rares were duplicates. That meant Snake Trap, my epic card, and then the 2 other rares I got were new. Let's just go ahead and see what new cards those were. Hey, where does it show my new cards? Weren't they, like, blinking? Well, anyway, let's take a look at Rogue, I suppose. Oh, here we go. I had the mana set. So, yeah. We got our legendary here, Edwin Van Cleef, or Van Cleef. I don't know how you actually pronounce that. I think I got my first Snake Trap. That's great. This is a good card, so I'm happy to have it. I definitely craft it at some point. And then that was just for leveling up, so I got 2 Golden Houndmasters, and then something... Ah, yes! The Murloc Tidecaller. Thank goodness I got that done. Well, I'm not going to be too snippety-dippity. But take a look here how I'm doing on legendaries. So I have 3 of the class-specific ones, Tyrion, Edwin, and the Shaman, so that's 3. And then in the neutral pool, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I'll count that. 8, 9. So 9 plus 3 is 12 out of like the 34. So I'm a little more than a third of the way there. I need something like 30,000 dust and change, or like close to 40,000 dust to get up to enough dust to craft all the legendaries, but getting Edwin as a reward certainly helps there. So again, thank you so much for watching. I'll bring back the arena sneak peek if you care about that. I will see you again for another exciting run tomorrow. Till then.